nervous about your upcoming job interview? Don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video series, we will give you tips and tricks to help you feel confident and prepared.
Good morning, and thank you for coming in today. Can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and your experience in the banking industry?
Good morning and thank you for having me. I have been in the banking industry for over 10 years now, and I have held various positions, starting as a teller and working my way up to a branch manager. My experience has given me a broad understanding of the banking sector and deep knowledge of banking products and services.
That's great. Can you tell us about a particularly challenging situation you faced in your previous role as a branch manager and how you handled it?
Sure. One of the biggest challenges I faced was when one of my clients faced a fraud case. The client had lost a large sum of money and was blaming the bank. My role was to lead the investigation, gather all the relevant information, and come up with a solution that would appease the client and protect the bank's reputation. I managed to work with relevant departments, gather all the evidence, and present it to the client. In the end, the client was satisfied with our response and the bank's reputation was protected.
Excellent. Can you give us an example of a time when you had to make a difficult decision and how you went about it?
Yes, I recall a situation where one of my team members was consistently underperforming, and it was affecting the performance of the branch. After several coaching sessions and performance improvement plans, it became evident that the team member was not going to meet the expectations of the role. I had to make the difficult decision to let the team member go, even though it was a difficult conversation to have. I made sure to communicate the reasons for the decision and offer support in finding a new role.
Can you tell us about a time when you successfully managed a difficult customer or client situation?
Sure. I recall a situation where a customer was extremely upset about a service issue with their account. They were shouting and using unprofessional language, making it challenging to defuse the situation. However, I remained calm and listened to their concerns, apologized for the inconvenience, and offered a solution that addressed their issue. I took ownership of the situation and communicated regularly with the customer until the issue was resolved to their satisfaction.
That's great to hear. How do you stay organized and manage your time effectively?
I prioritize tasks based on urgency and importance, and I maintain a to-do list to keep track of my progress. I also make sure to allocate enough time for each task and avoid multitasking, as it can lead to decreased efficiency and quality. In addition, I stay in regular communication with my team and colleagues to ensure that everyone is on the same page and to ensure that we are meeting deadlines and achieving our goals.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. Can you give an example of how you have successfully motivated a team?
Yes, I remember a time when my team was facing low morale due to a challenging project. I held a team meeting where I listened to their concerns and encouraged them to share their ideas. I then implemented some of their suggestions and praised their efforts. I also made sure to recognize individual achievements and provided constructive feedback. As a result, the team's morale improved and they were more motivated and productive.
Great, thank you. How do you handle conflicts with coworkers or team members?
I approach conflicts with a solution-focused mindset and prioritize open communication. I listen to both sides, understand their perspectives, and work together to find a mutually acceptable solution. If necessary, I also involve a neutral party, such as a supervisor, to mediate the conflict. I believe that conflicts can be opportunities for growth and improvement, and I strive to find positive outcomes for all parties involved.
Very good. Thank you for sharing. Can you tell us about a time when you had to make a difficult decision?
Yes, I recall a situation where I had to choose between two competing priorities. On one hand, I had a deadline for a project that was essential to the success of the bank. On the other hand, I had a team member who was in need of immediate support due to a personal issue. I carefully considered the situation and consulted with my supervisor to weigh the options. In the end, I made a decision to temporarily reassign some of the project tasks to other team members and provide the necessary support to my team member. I believe in creating a positive work environment and supporting my team, and I felt that this decision was the right one for both the individual and the bank.
Great. Thank you for sharing. Can you tell us about a time when you identified and addressed a problem within the bank?
Sure. I recall a situation where I noticed that there was a discrepancy in the account balances of several customers. I quickly investigated the issue and discovered that there was a problem with the bank's software system. I reported the issue to the IT department, worked closely with them to resolve the problem, and communicated regularly with the affected customers to keep them updated on the situation. The issue was resolved in a timely manner and the customers were satisfied with the resolution.
That's excellent. Can you tell us about a time when you exceeded expectations in your role as a bank manager?
Of course. One time I was able to exceed expectations in my role as a bank manager was when I was able to improve customer satisfaction by 10% in just 3 months. I was able to achieve this by implementing a new customer service training program for my team, which helped them to better understand the needs of our customers and how to effectively address their concerns. I also established regular customer feedback sessions where we could identify areas for improvement and address them promptly. This led to an increase in customer loyalty and a boost in overall customer satisfaction, which was reflected in the results of our customer satisfaction surveys.
That's impressive. Can you give us an example of a situation where you had to make a difficult decision as a bank manager?
Sure. There was a time when one of my employees was caught in violation of the bank's security policies. I had to make a decision about whether to terminate their employment or give them a second chance. After careful consideration and a thorough investigation, I concluded that the employee was not intentionally trying to break the rules, but rather made a mistake due to a lack of proper training. Instead of terminating their employment, I provided them with additional training and coaching to help them understand the importance of following the bank's security policies. As a result, they were able to successfully regain the trust of our customers and continue to perform their duties effectively.
That's a great example of leadership and decision-making skills. Can you tell us about a time when you had to manage conflicting priorities and meet tight deadlines?
Sure. There was a time when I was responsible for managing the rollout of a new banking product while also ensuring that all of our day-to-day operations were running smoothly. It was a challenging time, but I was able to effectively prioritize tasks and delegate responsibilities to my team in order to meet the tight deadline. I also established clear communication channels to ensure that everyone was on the same page and any issues could be quickly addressed. As a result, we were able to successfully launch the new product on time and with minimal disruptions to our day-to-day operations.
That's excellent. Can you tell us about a situation where you had to deal with an unhappy customer?
Sure. There was a time when a customer came into the branch with a complaint about a mistake that had been made on their account. I took the time to listen to their concerns and understand the situation. After conducting a thorough investigation, I discovered that the mistake was indeed made by one of our employees. I apologized to the customer and took immediate action to rectify the situation, which included offering them compensation for any inconvenience they may have experienced. I also followed up with the employee who made the mistake to provide additional training and coaching to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. The customer was ultimately satisfied with the resolution and left the branch feeling heard and valued.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. Can you tell us what you see as the biggest challenge facing the banking industry in the next 5 years, and how do you plan to tackle that challenge as a bank manager?
Absolutely. I believe the biggest challenge facing the banking industry in the next 5 years is the increasing competition from fintech companies and digital banks. To tackle this challenge, I plan to stay ahead of the curve by continually updating my knowledge on the latest technology and innovation in the banking industry, and by exploring new and innovative ways to enhance the customer experience. I also believe that building a strong and motivated team is crucial. So I will be investing in training and development programs for my team members to ensure that they are equipped with the necessary skills to stay ahead of the competition. Finally, I will be constantly seeking feedback from customers and making improvements based on the feedback to ensure that we are providing them with the best possible service.
Thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for the opportunity. It was great speaking with you, and I'm very impressed with the company's mission and values.
We're impressed with your skills and experience too. We'll be in touch with you soon regarding the next steps.
That sounds great, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you again for the opportunity.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Prepare answers to common interview questions. Anticipate questions that may be asked during the interview, such as your qualifications, experience, and why you want the job, and practice your answers. Thanks for watching our video series on job interview questions in English. Remember to practice and be prepared, and you will be sure to impress your interviewer and land your dream job.